is concerned.
Having you in the loop with trends and entertainment. Providing music that lives on.
Darling, I feel the disco.
And spiritual food for the body, mind, and soul.
Set and slow, bold face. We're not taking that.
The Street. 919 FM.
Yeah, man, shalom. What a Spain. You understand? The Street 919 family, this is the ISUPK. Under Commandant General Yana. You understand? We're on the stream. All right? You don't know all you like, share, subscribe, come in, rope in, understand? Thanks again for pulling through. You know, you're always welcome. All right? So get this only 2 minutes and coming on board, man. Right? Right away. Niceness, all the love in your house, right? Like, share, subscribe, comment, thing. You understand? Ask your questions, call in. Right? Officer Shah, take it away, man. Good shit.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, shalom. We had the ISP out on 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Been teaching the truth since 1969 at the Black, Hispanic, and Native, and the 12 law stripes in the nation of Israel.
That's right.
Right? So, the night class go be about the Passover. Real blackness and thing, right? If you really want blackness, and you really like blackness, this is the place to be, the ISUPK. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, right? So, this is the real garden of black people and thing, not the Marshall Montano. We have East Indians, Chinese, Syrians, everybody got it. Yeah, here, this is the Mosai feast, the Passover. This is the garden for all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, which could be taking place this Saturday here, right? The 1st of April. I think, right? This is the things and them with the Mosai say to keep, not where not them yearly holidays and them, not them yearly holidays are coming down from New Year's, Carnival, Easter, Lent.
Them sit and make up thing, you take a little more and slap it on the wall and feel like go stick. Nah.
Yeah.
Not again a party. Go to tell them.
Yeah, this is where it is. When you check out all these holidays and things, when you go and look when you go and look up any history of these things and them, it's just vanity and things are not making sense and thing out here. And thing, right? And this is where the Mosai is saying for the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. So when you go and thing in the book and thing, you want your body to be in order. You get the dietary laws and things that you don't have to go through no pain, you have to go through no sickness and thing, right? You get a woman and tell you to be a righteous woman, but now you want to go and take course when you end up with all kind of STDs. Now you're like, you're crying to the Mosai now, but the Mosai don't want you and tell you, hey, you don't do these things and then put your body with a harlot. And thing called it 2 come 1 and thing, right? All these things and the Mosai want. So this is what it is, you know. So when coming to these things and thing, with the UN setting up and thing, right? The UN setting up all these things and them and thing, World Women Day, Men Day, Children Day, World AIDS Day, all these days and thing, whatever. When the Mosai never said these things for the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, and you go see what the Mosai set for you. So these are the things. You want to know what days they have to follow? What days you have to follow out here when it come around, when the season come around, this is where it's going to be, right? Give me Leviticus 23.
No.
Give me Leviticus 23 verse 1.
All right. Nice. Yeah, man. Tell them where you're reading out today. Is that the King James? We are the King James?
There's the King James Bible. So everything we talk about blackness, real blackness here, blackity black. And think this what it's all about and think. King James was no white man thing. All these things that make we to run away from and thing, right? A man was ruling England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, was a black man and thing, right? Christ was a black man, King Solomon was a black man. So yeah, this is why we say the blackness, real blackness. And what we serving? We serving the black God. And the black God, if you want to say it, black die for the English, the Negro God and thing, right? Die for the Spanish and Latin. The nigger God, this is what it is here right now. So this is what the nigger God going and talk to we here, and the Negro God going and talk to we here, or the black God going and talk to, whether Spanish, Latin, or English here. This is what you're going to say to the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. So this black God going on, or Negro God going and talk to the black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. See what you're going to say, right?
The book of Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
So the black God now, he talking to these two black men again too. These two Negro fellas, and then he telling them, hey, go and speak to the children, go and speak to the children of Israel and tell them these are the things I want them to these are the things I want them to keep. No Valentine's Day, two man making out there where that come from. No Christmas Day, one man our mother and his son make out, and we celebrating and everybody celebrating that, and all these nations and they're having these customs again now, and again black people don't know the customs and they're loving these customs and them, and we bringing out the truth here. These things, this is what the Mosai say to celebrate, right? And go ahead.
Verse 3, right? 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
So the Sabbath is a holy convocation and thing that day for yourself and thing where you could want to, again, the Mosai taking you off away from your employers and them thing. I say a day for yourself and thing you could go and play cricket. You can go and play football, basketball, you want to watch the movies. If you're free to go and praise the Mosai, you go and praise the Mosai. You can't take. And if somebody decide to praise the Mosai and they want to go and play football, the two are not greater than none, because it's whatever you want to do. But here we can do. No survival work. And for one year, employer can come around you with it, and you shouldn't be like going to the employer and asking the employer, hey, let me work on this Saturday and thing, right? They should be like quiet. Saturday should be quiet. When that day come, that 7th day and things, so that was a holy convocation, a Sabbath unto you, right?
If I may, right?
Go ahead.
To what you're saying there. And as the employer get chance, sometimes, according to how your society is or your community is, a man want to get to that, like the Cuban boy. And as he go on and I know you call it, the employer asking him when he in his funeral, he asked him if he could come and work tomorrow. He did it,
Yeah.
He asked him if he could work him tomorrow, and that's real pain. Right? So the Lord put something in place for you to convocate, for you to gather. That is what convocation means, a holy gathering. You understand? So at that time, whichever time you want to gather, you want to take all time off with your family, rest one day, if you give it a chance sometime, you want to work 7 days a week, you want to make that money, things tight, especially in this society, but nah, if it's possible, you understand, take the day off. Once you're not scheduled on to work, don't feel like it's a crime you're committing, you understand? If you cannot take the day off, but if you could take the day off, take the day off. Like what the Lord saying, you understand? Like other holy convocation, this holy are going to bring out here now. You understand? You dig it? Right? So, the Lord done put things in place. Like that black man, anybody else, they ain't had that kind of mercy. You understand? They just want to see you work. Imagine that the whole world, when we in charge, when we rule, you understand? The whole world go shut down that day, basically, They don't set a heavy work then, Other things, you got servants, you got, people got to do the things, whatever the case is, you got security, right? But it's no overkill now. As the scripture says, when the righteous in authority, the earth smile, let us relax. When the wicked rule, people mourning, people crying, they bawling. I know what the black God of the Bible is. Everybody want to give God some of that title, you understand? They want to give God some of that thing, but nah, black people, you understand? That your culture, that your roots. You're just gifted, you understand? And you have to embrace that thing. You dig? Yeah, Regina, go ahead, read on.
So go ahead. So this is what the black God. This is what the black God saying to the black men and the black women and the black children and them, right? Mm-hmm. So hey, all these things, all these holy convocations, so you right. And now you're going to have more holy convocation coming here, right? And which we into the feast of the Passover, right? Go ahead for verse 3.
Right. And the part of verse 3 continuing on to, right?
Yeah.
So it's an holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. As the Sola was saying, no servile work, right? It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. You done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. You done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Niceness. Verse 5. In the 4th day of the first month, at even is the Lord's Passover.
Right. So we know this is the first feast. This is the first feast of the children of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians again, right? This is the black man party, this is the black man feast, this is the black man gathering. So when you go and think, see the most I was talking to? I was talking to two black men, I think. I wasn't talking to the Chinese, the East Indians, the Syrians, the Africans, the Arabs and them, right? So this is the way he was talking. This is the way he talking to them and telling them, hey, this is our season. And when we say season, it's not like compared to the white man, where the white man have the time where like when we are seasons and things, it could be like when they come around, we are different. You will see different dates. We don't have like compared to the like the Passover compared to the Christmas. When Christmas come around every year, it's on that same day Christmas is and thing, right? But when coming to the Passover, now this is where we are season. You go always see like, hey, the first year might be next week or next time I come around, next year when I come around, it might be the 15th of April, or it might be the 29th of March or something, right? Because this is just the time of the Passover. Compare now with the again what they when you go in the scriptures, they say in Daniel saying he changes time and seasons and things, right? So all these things and changes laws at the most side. This is what the oppressor are doing right now, changing God laws, homosexuality laws. And a man can marry man.
If I may, right? So what does the soul bringing out too? Real heavy, I will really soak in this. Which is this, you understand? The Lord does give you time periods like a season, so it mightn't be like an exact day. You see, like the culture where it's an exact day, and if it didn't happen on that day, well, all fall. Everything lost. No. You understand? If it happened on this day, well, people don't love me. Like birthday and all them different things, all them different customs that the so-called oppressor, the so-called white man now, just put on we. Right? I know the Lord just wanted, the Lord just give you a kind of, like something that you ain't going to be too pressure then, kind of way? But it's more like enjoy the time with each other. That is the spirit behind it, you understand? It's not really a kind of, this day, you understand? You have to get off on this day. If you don't get off this day, you understand? We kill you. Nah. If you want to take that time period, take that time like a good vacation and rest up yourself, you understand? Come together and enjoy that time. But the oppressor now, he want to change up the spirit that the Lord have on the earth. The spirit that the Lord wants you to operate in. So he telling you here now, you understand? Go and change the times and the laws. Change the time for things to make it Easter. And lie to them, you understand? All of a sudden, bunny may lay an egg. You understand? As the soldier bringing out, all of a sudden, man can marry man. All them different things and them that is disrupt, you understand? The spirit that the earth supposed to run under. The earth supposed to be running under a more normal, a more calm, a more free, a righteous spirit, you understand? No heavy burden thing. No, that your conscience beating you because you're doing something evil. No, you understand? Or you're crabbish, you're greedy, you're envious. No, it's not that kind of thing. Everything that's come with, with a real pure approach to it. You follow, and that's what the Lord trying to help you understand. That kind of season, you're going through that kind of way now. Right? That's what the Lord wants to have. The spirit on the earth now, you understand? It's pressurized thing. Bills, this, that, the other, everything. That is not what the Lord have. So it's very critical in terms of what he's saying. That's how to add him, add to what he's saying and build him up. You know what I mean? And back him up. You think? And that is what the Lord trying to let the earth know again. The real spirit on the earth is this is how black people just really operate. They see how them just operate, the Spanish and them just move together and all that. I want this thing to be done right. I want the whole world, you understand, to see, hey, this is how to do it. So, in time to come, when, again, we get the opportunity to set back things right, you ain't nothing to worry about. No race don't have to worry about we coming and killing out people, you understand? And wiping them out and raping them and them. No, nothing evil. You will pay for crimes. Everybody has to pay for crimes, you understand? Which is the consequence of your action. There's nobody forcing you to go and do what you're doing. You follow? Yes, to a certain degree because they're pushing that on you. But that is not the choice here. Like a woman that prostitutes in she body. She don't have to do that. She could probably pick up garbage. She might not want to do it. You understand? She might have to work longer hours until she could come together with she people to get things done. Until she could have a society, where things could run a little better. Because she unified and they have one mind, one judgment, and they could trust each other. You understand? But until then, it's licks. Right? And that is what we're trying to come out of. And helping you understand that our Bible full of the way we're supposed to operate, so it have no reason for we to be distressing myself. You understand? Take it away, Soldier. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that very good point what Officer Tazo was saying, right? So when we go and do these things and we follow all these worldly things that the world and thing, right? There's no brotherhood. You set up birthdays and thing, that individual thing, individual money coming out your pocket and thing, right? And when you go and check out Mother's Day again, another individual thing coming out your pocket, Father's Day, all kind of thing, right? But when the Mosai set up these feast days for we know one thing, right? This is what going to happen. The whoever ruling, the king's going and the king had to go and play part and thing. He had to come out of his pocket and go and help take part in the feast of the Mosai. The priests and prophets and them had to go and come out of the pocket and all take part in the feast of the Mosai. And go from all the richest of Israel to the poorest of Israel coming together.
They are clean, pure, right spirit, you understand? Yeah. Willing. You don't mind, whatever cost, expense, you understand? They have it. No, I no problem. But they depending on the Lord who say he about 1,000 cattle on a hill and he making sure thing pop. He making sure he blessing the work of your hands, you understand? So it have thing coming, crops growing, animal bearing, you understand? Thing multiplying. Because you're now in the proper ecosystem and the proper mind state and you're spread right. You understand? So think it flow. Yeah? What you warrior? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so if you do like this with them Spanish brothers and them here now, Asuka, them Venezuelans and them, right? You see when they go and rent a house and thing, right? You see how they renting a house and thing, right? And they ain't really it ain't really coming out and feeling it and that burden, right? This is the brother we are. So if them could again let me big up we the Venezuelan brothers, them
That's
so
right.
they come now, again things hard, but you know what they're doing, they're coming together. And if they have to rent a house, if it's 3,000 of them, they say, hey, we're going to do this, but we're going to get you. If it's
Correct.
5 or 6 of we, hey, they're coming together. So that might be 400 out of their pocket, each one of them now. And they know that easing off the burden and thing, right? The privacy mightn't be all that 100 and thing, but they are the end of the day, they're coming together and they're showing you how the brotherhood and the sisterhood. And this is what the most I work for the trainer is there. So if we take all these things, the same thing in our community, and all too, and hey, we have brothers want to go and buy a car and thing, 100,000, but if that community that's come together and thing, you know cheap it is for a brother now to get a car and thing, and he just like, you know what, let me go and give back the community back a thing, and we could just do it to somebody else and do it to somebody else. That's like is it Susu man?
Is it?
Yeah, I think. Well, I see
that's right.
anything where black people are good in, they're gonna make sure that we in a small amount and thing, but when it's bad, they're making sure black people to the fullest and thing, to the rim. And thing we just like we just ready to overflow. And thing anything bad, we just ready to overflow from our butter. But later, anything good, we right to the dregs out. And thing that's a few how we and thing. And this is what the most I do for black people. Hey, we have to come together and thing. And this is what it's all about. All the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Tabernacles. This is a gathering for black people to come together. You see a brother for a long time. Hey, bring your wine, bring your cakes, bring whatever and thing. You just bring and thing whatever. We go make it work. And thing together, right? Go ahead.
For sure.
Go ahead to verse.
6, right?
Yeah.
Verse 6. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 6, right? And on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread unto the Most High.
Right. So when you go these things, I know this is what we should know from coming up in these churches and them. The Most High Passover. This is the thing now we should have been set to be knowing that hey, when this season come around. This is what going on here now. Hey, I to go and look to get clothes, but I to go and look to I to go and look to I can't wear that again. This is where like having that thing now. I want to wear this. I got one new suit for the Passover. I want new suit for the Feast of Unleavened Bread and thing. And you're putting yourself in that spirit and thing. Hey, I to go and get a wicked hairstyle. Go by them sisters and them and breed up here. The black man breeding up here. We sisters do. Yeah, we know we sisters could well breed. Really sisters here. Two sisters breeding up sister head. Sisters breeding up brother's head. And all thing. This is what we should be looking forward for. This is the most High Passover, the Most High Feast of Unleavened Bread. And when you go in these things, this is what it is. So just like you had the dietary law and thing, when you go in Leviticus, the meat we should not eat and thing, you had the law for if you follow to that brother, you have these things to come back and show, hey, this is what you should do if you follow to that brother, whatever. And this is what happened here now, with the things where you set up on the face of the earth, this is what it is. You shouldn't be celebrating nothing else than these things with the Most High set up here, right? When you go from thing, you want to find anything where the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that do in the world today, this is what it is here today. Nothing else. And thing, right? Other than that, yes, we just go about we daily life. When the Sabbath come around, you know, hey, we had a job tools and thing. You know, when the Passover come about, we had a job tools, we had a gather. You know, when the Feast of Tabernacles come again, we had a job tools, and about that, we just going about the law. And we just going about the law and doing what the nation of Israel is do, right? And think to right, say all these things again, so you go find it in Leviticus and thing, right? So now we go into the actual scene with the Passover and thing, and this is now you will see now the Most High was again now putting a difference between again the children of Israel and the Egyptians and them, right? And also again we want to say when we say Egyptians and thing, also them other African nations like the Ethiopians, the Canaanites and them, the Libyans and them. We is not them people and thing, and you go see all here now the Most High is saying to Pharaoh, right? So we ain't gonna go through all the curses. You already know that it had a lot of curses and thing, right? But we go just show that hey, the last one here where he talked to them and they go show that hey, the Most High was having a feast day and tell them hey, let my people go and keep these things and them, right? So let me go to Exodus chapter 5 and verse 1.
For sure. Exodus chapter 5. Verse 1, right? The book of Exodus chapter 5 and verse 1. And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus said the Lord God of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness.
So you see again, so they say now the black God again talking to this black man again, right? But now we under the hands Now the same this time, you know, we under the hands of Pharaoh, right? Them Egyptians again, right? And thing now saying, Musa is saying, hey, you're gonna, I want to spend a little time with my, I want to spend a little time with my children, and thing, right? Just as the Musa say, yeah, we the children, we first lover, all these, it are a lot of different thing. He say in Amos 5 and 3, verse 3, and when he say, I will punish you for iniquities. All these things to show that, hey, the Musa only care about the children of Israel, and thing, right? And so it goes. So now he's telling, hey, Pharaoh, hey, I want to spend some time with my people and my children and them, right? My lovers and then my children, my firstborn, my first love and thing, right? All these
my
things.
inheritance, and that's the apple of my eye.
Right, yes. That's how we say again. So see, yeah, they back up and then come and then why forget you go just shoot it out and thing, right? And then I go ahead.
No, sir. Right? Verse 2. And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go.
So when you watch again, right? So you see now again, right? These are the nations and thing. When you're going in Psalms 83 and verse 1 and thing, right? And this is what David was saying, like enemies make a tumult against thee and thing, right? So the Messiah enemies. And when you watch these nations today and thing, right? Them have all the power to rule the earth and they're in so much wickedness today and thing, right? No difference from what you're seeing today. No difference. Them do not care about the right. They do not care about the Messiah.
Correct. So like family, right? And that is the sad thing that the religious organizations do not hold the integrity of the Bible. They don't hold the integrity of the Messiah. Right? God, and if anybody will come on there and they'll try to say, and God make everybody. Yes, he make everybody, right? He make everybody and he make everything for a purpose and a use. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody get the opportunity, and here go on. The people in them who he end up choosing is the people in them who stand up strong. Right? She go show you. And all that. We thought we going through all that and what is said, you understand? And things that is not said does not need to be said. Right? This Bible, as Captain Kahanda say, common sense is spiritual. You understand? Common sense is spiritual. When you do the process of elimination, you would see, when everybody get their chance, this is how they just talk, we see. Although Africans, black like we, they don't have the same spirit. Israel, you understand? They have a humility and a respect unto the Most High when they're in their right mind. That is why you could trust them, you understand, and say, well, I could rule with them. They were the smallest nation. We were the smallest, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian was the smallest race on the face of the planet. We was the underdogs, you understand? You know, everybody like an underdog story, right? So the Most High now, you understand, showing the whole entire world, this is what's going on. So the brother was now talking about Psalms 83, and if you read from verse 1 down to verse 5, even for that down to maybe 14, you would see and you look up these races, the Hagarenes who they're talking about, which is Africans and all of that. You see the mannerism. That is why they sit down in the UN and they have no seat for the Israel. You see, Pharaoh saying, I will not let Israel go. I don't know this Lord. I'm not obeying his voice. I don't know who is he. I don't care about he. That is what the translation is saying. They never knew God. It's only we knew God. It's only we understand to obey his voice and things that he said to do, what to eat and how to dress and how to live and all that. That is what we used to do. The reason why society in the place it's in is because the UN and everybody that run the planet, you understand, not obeying God's voice. There's not Israel and they're not in the proper mind state. So now we go take off some bells tonight. Now, you understand, some common sense going, wait now, let me think about that. We're already saying here, but how come the church and them just always breaks the Old Testament? How come these religious organizations never mention this? God is not an unjust God, and we like to say God is a just God and God is a loving God, but always want to put things to God like all is God. You can't do that. God know exactly why he's saying this and why he's doing this. We know exactly why we're not lying on what the Bible is saying. We're not coming up here to make up no story. Like it or not, you understand? At the end of the day, everything is you need to understand what is what, how to operate, what to do, how to think, what to say, what not to say, how to think, what not to think. And God letting the children of Israel know. That way, say in Psalms 147, verse 19 to 20, you alone, I know. Yeah, if you run him right to say, I don't know this God. But he disrespectful in the manner he said, though. And for not letting the children of Israel go. God make you, but he didn't make you higher than the children of Israel. When was you his friend? Abraham was his friend. Where is you understand, in terms of the lineage and in history? Where is your space where you ever had power with God? To talk so greasy. That is why they believe in all them Amaran, all them different things, and because God never deal with them because they're too out of time and disrespectful. When they give them an opportunity to show for themselves, that's what it is do. Show themselves and understand to be evil and disgusting. And that is why the Lord does not want us to take up their customs. That is why we, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, must come back to doing the right thing. What is work? And style it up and look nice and smell good and be fresh. You understand? And do it up. And make sure like rain. You understand? And bring back the society to a proper thinking mind state it's supposed to be in. Righteous as ever. Shining as ever. Glorious. We must shake the place, and that is what we need to come to, and that is where we will come to. But that is what God commanded. He said His word going out and it not returning void. It's not for some selfish blessing. Some blessing you think it is. You running down. That is what you using with your time and the air that God gave in your lungs. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. The whole earth working with earnest expectation. I love how my brother said, big up Officer Makakobal and my soldiers and them, you understand? Officer Matquayak and Mike Kwan, Officer Yakad, Officer Sawap and all of them, you understand? Officer Barriat, Captain Galawan, big them up. Big up the whole of the ICPK. Come on, and generally, make this thing so sweet. And I thank the Most High, you understand, that all they have opportunity to get the love that we get. Because it could have been down the drain and they could have continued to kick me in the backside and boast about they make how much? 800 million for the year? And with the smallest, you understand, anything, and we run the place. When all around the place, what's going on? Look at how much brothers in front of Republic Bank. This is big institutions, multi-million and multi-billion-dollar corporations. And look at the condition of the place. What all in place? What all in power for? It begs to differ. What it is you all continue to be in power for? What you all doing with the time that you all have? You all not interested in society, living right, and being good. What solution you all have for them? Boy, with the little bit of drugs and the little bit of time and whatever it is, the Lord will make, you understand, the foolishness of preaching and turn this into a glorious thing. I cannot wait for that day. That is what we live and breathe for. You see, this whole world be shocked. But the thing is, what would you do? Were you waiting for everybody to believe, or you waiting, or you want to be a trendsetter? Which one would you be? So-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child. Which one would you be? That is the question. You choose where you want to be. I would rather be on the Most High side than be a friend to this world, to this society, and be in the mess, the messy pit and waiting for somebody to save me. No. The Lord say He will make saviors. You understand that in that Bible again, you know what I mean? And that is the kind of dialogue that's happening in the ISUPK. And things that happen. And things making forward, bit by bit, brick by brick, you understand? And that is what we thank the Lord for. Easy and simple, so. What would you do? That is the question. Carry on. You're virgin.
All right, there you go. Where we at?
All right. Exodus chapter 5 and verse 2, I believe.
Right, so, yeah, Exodus chapter 5 and verse 2. So Pharaoh's right. He say, so he said he wouldn't let people go on. Who is the Most High? He said, plain disrespect and all too. He don't care about the Most High. He don't care about the children of Israel and things like that. And this is just what it is today. I think with Owen coming to all these other nations and things, they had the gods and them. And then what they want to do again, they want the nation of Israel to follow all these fake gods and things out here and all these fake philosophies and customs and all kind. And this is why we coming out here now to say that, hey, and people like to say the ISCPK is a hate group and thing, right? But if you have a son, right, and you know you grew up your son not to smoke and thing, right? You grew up your son not to smoke, and then after now you see you have some friend now and you see any friend smoking and thing, and they'll go be like, hey, why you smoking and thing, right? And wait name, right? So this will be going on with the ISCPK thing. We don't hate we people and things. So when people come in and say, hey, we haters and thing, right? We don't like what the churches are doing and breaking the laws of the Most High and not keeping up the standards of the Most High and the Most High feasts. So just when you go around here, this is now every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian should be following, and they should be following and things like that. And then after they go with certain things and say, hey, that was sacrifice and then sacrifice thing done away with, right? But then after now, if you say them things sacrifice thing done away and thing, we're not supposed to be eating no lamb and thing, right? But then come now every Sunday, or I want to go and cook stew chicken. Who want to go on Sunday lunch, and after barbecue, then roast fish and all these things. You're killing these things and them, so how come
Lent.
Yeah, Lent.
Eid. Oh.
And these things you're killing these things and them. And when you what you're going on right now, one thing, right? What you're going on, I think somebody want to eat a little fish right now. Guess who making the churches and the fish price go up? Not the fishermen making the fish price go up, because what happened, here they're going to tell you, stay away from the meat right now, and let me go and eat fish. So going on, salt fish and fish going up because these customs and them in place here right now.
And the sad thing about it is fish not classified as meat.
Yeah.
Imagine that, eh?
Yeah.
You know what? Not much more. You understand? But that is madness. Since when fish not classified as meat? Who changed the laws of God? You understand? And make this and that and come on, man. Common sense all here. It's not like go tell me, understand, crocodile, you understand? There's all. As a mama, them the suckle nest, them the suckle young too. There's no like say that. Come on, man. Common sense is spiritual. You understand? We had to get spiritual. We had to get more common sense all here. You got to understand what the Bible is saying. The records of your forefathers, of your black forefathers and them. Learn the lingo. Learn what's going on here. You understand? That's what God wants. That's what you talking. That's when God long suffering is not because He wants you to sin and continue in a shepherd lifestyle and be an idiot out there. No. God wants you, understand, to have some common sense. He wants you to be spiritual. That's why long suffering towards because you know you're dumb. You know you've been dumbed down, I should say. You ain't naturally dumb. You have real sense for certain things. To do wickedness, yeah. You have real sense. When you come into righteousness, you're dumb as a rock. You don't understand how it is and how that is work and how that is make all the difference. All. That is what he need from the people and he need the people and them to put on the badger skin that he put on them. Not the not wearing fig leaf. That is when you hear about them things in the Bible, yeah, that is what God referring to. The culture I give to you, that is what I want you to put on. Not fig leaf and you're hiding behind some little small thing. I get a real nice coat away. That is what God put for you. And there's a nice leather, nice boots, gold chain thing. Put a ring on the chain, put a ring on the finger. The prodigal son, put a ring on the finger. Everybody trying to interpret and the Bible for something that's not there. Everybody trying to add to it, they say not to add or take away. Any man that add or take away, you understand, you'll get a part in the punishment that come in. The lake of fire, which means when thermal nuclear destruction come in, you'll get a taste of them bombs too. Everybody trying to add to it, but that's not there. Things that you say believe in, show me that in the Bible. What the Bible talking about? It's not there. You believe in lies, not the truth of the Bible. That is why the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under command in Juniana, which was established in 1969, is the home of the truth. Yeah, you understand? You'll get it as sweet as you could give it and as bitter as you could get it as well. You'll drink it like Moby and love it. You understand? If you love righteousness, you love instruction, yeah, come and get your tail shut off. You understand? And wickedness like that you want to think and want to dabble in and all that white, what you call it, psychology, shake them shippiness off because it never help nobody. That is what running in society today. And you see the condition it's in. So you pick your side now, man. Woman, child, teenager. You understand? Like the Lord, He say He should go hear His voice and they go follow. So we ain't worried. We don't care. So we don't know that what God say, you understand, gonna happen. We say before and He tell you we warn before fathers and them, and He tell them this is what going on with you. If you don't do this is what happen to you. And what happen? Same thing He say happen. So you go ahead. No problem. You have no problems at all inside of here. You understand? All we just do is do what the Bible say. Observe and operate the suit. You understand? So pick your side. The Lord trying to raise up, you understand, an army. So we really and truly be looking for men to hold the mantle. We want everybody, we want all the women, children, everything to come to the right mind. You understand? Don't study about what your spouse saying and all them different things that them saying. You understand? Come and show them. Come and learn and be an example to them. They could change because them in worse off condition than you in, because you at least here in this study. At least you understand, somebody might share it later on, whenever 10,000 years later. We don't care. At the end of the day, the mission is to come back home. Come back to your right mind state. You understand? So that what God say, as He say, understand, will come to pass. At the end of the day. All we have to do is say what He see. Once you hear that, you understand, that is the mission. You know, that is the beacon, that is the signal to come home. Hey, this is what it is. Wait now, you know how long I trying to hear this? Well, you know, I feel this all my whole life, blah, 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 whatever. You've been here 10 times. You've been here about 10, 20 times. You, something called reincarnation coming back on the 8th again. You just connecting back with it, and every time it's supposed to improve or you'll get worse. That is it. Captain Yattazak say something real heavy. I love it too bad. That's our brother in the States, right? When you call a certain name, don't think no horrors. That is the man Hebrew name, right? He's a brother that have been feeding a lot of people, and he is responsible for making a big impact in the news and BBC and all them different news network cover it, which is him, you understand, going to a cartel-infested area, and the cartel having respect for these brothers in them because they were rolling under the spirit that is Most High and doing the Lord work, and went and helped a lot of Haitian brothers and them that was going through persecution on the border. And was starving, you know what I mean, and was under real pressure. And he did, you understand, what these religious institutions that have been around for hundreds of years have not done. The ICPK is about 60 years old. Just about 60 years old, you understand? And these men making greater impacts because that is what the Lord says. He said, greater work shall you do that follow me. So these things is going to be common more and more. He said something very heavy. He said, you understand, my mission, or you understand, what we want to do here is ensure that the fathers that stay in Israel will stay again. You understand? Which is making sure as much as possible that we save all of Israel. No matter what happening, you understand, or what's going on with them, we trying the best to make them change their mind. Make them become the better men they're supposed to be by we holding the standard. And we coming up to scratch. Yeah, and then eventually, you understand, that'll be the only thing you could do. Nothing else. That is the mission. No corners, no nothing. You don't have room. We boxing in, you understand? like a nice ring. And like a cage match. You ever watch a cage match in WWE in wrestling? You can't come out until I have no key for that lock. That is the mission. That is what the kingdom will be. When three on one side, three tribe on one side, four side, they all three tribe, and then just governing it. Right? They're so coming down from heaven. Bam. Spirit of the Lord, you understand? Run the place. You think so? That's what it is. Love in the house, always. All right? Yes, so let's take it away. Go ahead. Where you from?
So, yeah, so again, we do hate people, brothers, and things. We just hate what they're doing, right? And why we saying these things and why the brother was saying these things, because we're going on with the nation of Israel and things, going on with black people. We in all the churches, we in all the Muslim mosques, right? But here the most I say again, right? You have a zeal for him, right? But not according to knowledge. Because why? These things what we should be knowing, it's not been taught to us something. This is now we bringing it to we brother. So yeah, so right now we into the again, we into the Passover, we into the Feast of 11 bread and thing, right? So this is where and this is mindful of what it is and thing too. So when coming from maybe this Saturday, say like Saturday, Friday night and let me say from lunch, Saturday lunchtime and thing, it should be like all now should be moving it out and thing, right? All Eastern and baking
all Lebanon products. Anything that have Lebanon agents in it, anything that make it right. Yeast, as the brother was saying, certain toothpaste that have yeast in it. Well, not really toothpaste, you understand, but you don't want this spirit behind it. Anything like biscuit, certain things, fries, because KFC fries and all that, certain things they just put a little, Lebanon agents in it to make you feel full and all that. You want to stay away from that for the next, honor the Lord for 7 days. This is a representation of what was going on in Egypt when we was leaving Egypt, right? So for 7 days, what happened is we was on the run, you understand? So basically, it didn't have time to go and make nothing rise and put no bake inside it. So you say, yeah, you remember them things as a memorial. You always want to remember that 2 generations going down the road. This is what the Lord, you understand, take all from, so that you never get too high in your head, never get too mighty and forget where you come from. Forget what the Lord do for you, understand? It's always a good thing so that you turn. When they ask, as the scripture saying, what mean this? What mean by this? Why we just keep this feast here? Why we just do this? Why we just do that? This is remembering what the Lord do for you. You understand what the Lord did for us when He saved us? You understand, from the hand that oppressors, from men that wanted to kill us, wipe us out, wipe out the firstborn. You understand, was bringing heavy burdens on us that we couldn't see we way. And how do we understand, living a real hand-to-mouth? Just as we live in hand-to-mouth as a society today, the same way, the Lord wants us to remember, hey, I always love all you. I always wanted to bring all you out of this. Always never wanted all you to suffer under the hands of nobody. I never wanted this for all you, understand? So this is the things that I'm to remember. Feast of unleavened bread. You understand? That's starting after the Passover. Well, it's starting the same time, you can see, right? So the sundown on Saturday, Passover start, you understand? And then for the space of what? 7 days after that, well, the next day is the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and then going on for 7 days, right? That correct, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there we go to Exodus chapter 11, verse 1.
Right. All right. Exodus chapter 11 and verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go. Hence, when he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out, hence altogether.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people.
Right, so again now, remember now, again when we go through this now, Moses again was talking to Pharaoh and telling Pharaoh all these things to the Mosai say, and again Pharaoh wasn't listening to the Mosai and thing, right? And again all these plagues and thing, I just taking the Mosai for a papi show and thing, right? But this is the last one here now, where Pharaoh go really harking on to the Mosai, right? Go ahead
verse 4.
Go ahead to verse 4.
All right, no sweat. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt. Verse 5. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts.
So this is where people like to think that, you know, when you're growing up and thing, always like everybody like to talk about God is this nice loving God and thing, right? Mm-hmm. But this is where it is here, and this is not the first comparison that you seen how dread and how cruel the Mosai could be. So here what the Mosai say, every firstborn, so every family of the firstborn is going to die. The cattle and them is going to die and thing, right? Even when you go with Saul and all too, the Mosai tells Saul to wipe out a whole nation and all too, right? Don't leave nobody behind, even no animals, right?
Yeah. And I would add to what you're saying, which is by saying this. When you're talking about cruel, you understand? Cruel for things that you deserve. And even more. Because don't feel, you understand, you're going and disrespect the Most High, kill all the people and them, he just go and take that. That is Christianity. That is not what God talking about. God is a man, he hate unjust balances. He said that in Proverbs. He hate, you understand, false balances. Don't feel you go do me something or do my servant something and don't feel me go touch you up. So I will be very, very wicked to you. You understand? I'll make you, understand, crowd your eyes until you dry. Don't come around me with that. That's what God's saying. You understand? So the lead line, you know, here's what I go and make people understand. Don't make me feel, and don't, as the brother saying, don't take me for no papi show. I will let you know what time of the day it is and touch you very serious. You understand? Until I could wipe out, you understand, generations to come. Every time a child will come, they cripple, they deform, they can't have much and all kind of I'll make sure you feel my wrath. You understand? When you talk about cruel, then the Lord can really make you understand that they have real evil on the earth. And he control it. Don't feel like there's something separate from God. Like something, you know, like God there, and there's some floating around now. You know, that is that thing that's loose now. Now, he'll let you know what time of the day it is. Trust me. So when the brother say about cruel, you're right. Very right for what he's saying. God will make you regret every last thought you had to even do what it is you do. That's how God is. He'll make you understand your own wickedness go correct you. He'll make you understand what time of the day it is. Don't feel you're going to sow something and feel you'll give back that same thing. No. I'll give you 100 million times worse. And embarrass you too. That's how God is operate. That's we do for you here. That's we reading about here. Go ahead.
And that's how you say, you're not fast to kill, right? No. So when you go just and Pharaoh was getting real warning and thing, right? And Pharaoh didn't want to even with the even when the trainer Israel and all too, he telling them, hey, don't follow these gods and then BLPO and all these things, and he get them real warning to the same time, and they get the punishment though, and things to right. So again, this is what the Mosai want to train to be. That's simple. Be obedient to him. Just listen to the things I say to do and just do it. And he say laws and things is not strenuous, it's not hard to do. Everything the Mosai set up on the face of the earth, it's very easy to do and to keep, right?
Correct.
So go to verse 6.
I know, sir. Book of Exodus chapter 11 and verse 6. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore.
So when you check this now again, right? So now all the firstborn. So let's imagine sometime now, let's imagine sometime you're walking a girl choke. And thing, right? You're walking barefoot and something I pick a choke in your ball. Or let's imagine, but that is not that kind of ball coming there, right? But let's imagine this kind of ball coming. Your son, you find out your son dead. And thing, your daughter dead now. And let's imagine all these other families together. And things. So this is that I would say a low cry. So let's imagine that this one person you can hear something when she hears she son die and thing, right? But let's imagine now what the Musa is saying, you know. So this was one day will never hear again for what happened, you know? This is all everybody firstborn crying at one time here right now, because what happened, you know? The Musa touch up the Egyptians and them. And this is just to show again that, you know, all we black people who in Egyptology and all these things again, right? This is just what the Musa is saying here when coming to the next verse. So read the next verse, you know.
Verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right. Paul Matthew 15 and verse 24, right? So when you go here now, right? When you go here now, this is the Mosai say again, right? So he calling all the Egyptians and them dog and thing, right? So everybody like this here, this is our next thing that's to show again, right? So it's showing how the Mosai again was dealing with these the Egyptians again, we kill all the firstborn and thing, right? And like they say the Mosai all loving and thing, right? But here the Mosai calling these Egyptians and them dogs and thing, right? So this is one nation, he called dog, right? And now we
Salakia, I must highlight this again. Remember
Right.
earlier in the program? What did Pharaoh say? He not letting go? Israel. Yeah, and he was a what? Egyptian and Pharaoh?
Yes.
Egyptian. So the Lord letting you know, hey, not you can't come around me, don't disrespect me. I not on that with you. You understand? I don't know who's you. And I don't know who's this God. And I not letting Israel go. You don't want to let Israel go? I'll make Egypt feel it. You understand? That will go with God just now. Quick. I read, so I got you. When you ready?
So right, so when you watch here now, this is the most I call Egyptians dogs and things. I say everybody like they say God love everybody, right? But go to Matthew verse 24. This is another nation, right? This is a woman from South Asian woman who was living in Canaan.
A white woman.
A white woman.
Right? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right, the book of Matthew chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Verse 25. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. Verse 26. But he answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs.
So again, this was our next nation. This wasn't just an Egyptian. This was our next nation again. And this was so one, they're showing the same spirit these two men have, which the Mosai and Christ is not the same person. So this is what the Mosai call the Egyptians dog, and this is Christ here now calling this woman a dog. Right. And also again, right? So again, and what the Mosai say, he put a difference upon we from the Egyptians, and also again, you see what happened here again too. Even when coming to the other nations and all too, he's still showing that it have a difference. And then when he calling we lost sheep and thing and that's how the brother say the inheritance and all these things again. What the total disrespect the Mosai putting on the other nations and them again, right?
Go ahead. Yeah, because God can't, you understand, make all with life and health and breath and all kind of different things, and then you can't call them cruel. He can make all of it to work on all fours if that's the case. So you can't say that, so which means he justified in doing it. He justified to put that kind of name to all the dogs. Like how we just say, I'm a real dog boy. You know, that woman, she a real dog boy, she a real stink boy. She a real, a female dog then, you know. She a real, you know, because she out of time in. That's the same spirit that we know it in. That is where it comes from, biblically. That is how God is operate. That is so you know, you understand that this is a black God. And the Bible also gives a description in Daniel 7 and 9. You know what I mean? The description of Christ, that Daniel 10, verse 5 to 6, Revelation chapter 1, verse 16, down to 15. That type of way, so you understand that, hey, this is the records of black people here that we're talking about. Black, when I say black, we mean black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. All of we is Negroes. You understand? Before Father Jacob is a Negro. And you like so. That is what this, so you understand that this here is we records. It's our records. Yeah? But true.
Right. And even and who we had to walk after? We had to walk after Christ and them, right? Because Christ is the example. And this is what's going on here. So everybody know Again, they want to say that they love Christ, but here going on here with Christ and all too, right? So Christ was keeping the Passover. You're going to see Christ was keeping the Passover from a young age, and even from in his parents' womb, he was going to the Passover. Come like, some people like they say, we're not promoting no carnival, right? But they say, but you're a carnival baby because from since then your mother kind of from she woman pregnant and all kind of thing and 1-2 years and thing. So that's like we're not promoting no carnival, but this is going on see here that you know what? This is we customs. This is the Passover we customs. So give me Luke chapter 2 and verse 41 to 43. I'm going to see that you're going to if we so love Christ, well, we should be following the Passover here right now. No Easter, no Lent, no Christmas. These things were the most I set up when the season and come around, right? And thing, right? So you go see here now that with him, even when he was about 12 years old, right?
Right.
And we go show him when he was a big man and all too. Go ahead.
The book of Luke chapter 2 and verse 41. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover.
What? His parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. Wait. So where his parents, and then after what happened there? So now his parents going, and then after now he born, and we started growing up. 1 year going Passover, 2 when he's 3, 4, 5, right? Go ahead.
Verse 42. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
So when Christ was 12 years old, he went to the custom of the feast. But there's something happened when he was 12 years old, right? Where the verse 43?
Verse 43. And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Jesus died behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it.
Right, so all the other years and thing while he was going there, so they went when he might be about 8 years, they come back home with him, they walking back, the whole thing. But this happened when he was 12 years. He lost in the Passover. And I just to show you that the Passover is something big, a big thing with the nation. So when you're gonna get lost in a Passover, you can't get lost with your mother and father. And there be a crowd, a big gathering for you to get lost. And what happened there? His parents thinking that he was with his people and things. What happened there? When you the scripture, when you go and get time to read it, you go see that they went back and turned back, right? But the time sake now, let me go to Mark 14 and verse 1.
Mark 14.
Yeah, Mark 14 and verse 1.
Book of Mark chapter 14 and verse 1. After 2 days, the feast of the Passover. Right? After 2 days was the feast of the Passover and of unleavened bread. And the chief priests and the scribes sought how they might take him by craft and put him to death.
Right, so again now, so see now Christ now when you go and thing with Judas and thing, right? This is now when you go and read before and thing, you go get to understand now the study if Christ was coming out to the Passover and thing, right? And the thing, right? But here here go to verse 2 now, right? And here they say now, right?
Verse 2. Right? But they said, not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar of the people.
Right, so not here they say, no, hey, nah. They can't, not on the feast day to kill Christ. And then right, now they say, no, but if you kill any Christ, that's going to be an uproar. Because what happened, this is what the nation of Israel is gathering to keep the Passover. And when you go through all the scriptures and things now, they remember they were saying, if Christ was if he was going to come, they say now if he was going to come to the Passover and thing, right? So again, when you watch these things again now, this is the same thing happening here. The scribes and the Pharisees and them again wasn't studying now, hey, you're going on. This is the man ready for the Israel and thing, but they're studying now, them studying them power and thing, and this is now the man to put everybody in righteousness and make sure everybody live good. But they're studying for themselves, hey, they're studying the greed and the lust and thing. All the nice car, big houses, big meal and thing, and then studying the people. And what they're studying was to kill Christ and say, see it from here now. So even Christ, who you had to follow, was following after the Passover, because them they said no studying, hey, if he come in, and now they say, but what right, so now they realize now he here. And now they're saying, but kill him for the Passover and the feast of unleavened bread. And think I see it, and this is the thing we should be following also. So even Christ, and think who we should be following after, and think who the Most High set for we to follow, and the example. We get no excuse because he is the example. Again, right? This he was following the Passover, right? And it's showing that again that we have to follow the Passover. We have to keep the feast of unleavened bread, and think right, gather with the people, and think right.
Correct. I need to add to what you're saying there too. You understand? It's so sweet that it's showing, you understand, the characteristics of the religious leaders and them back then and here again. Because why you want to kill him, man? He didn't have more than them. You understand, thing like that. But they studying the influence they had over the people because them was doing nothing good for the people. The same way, you understand, today, how much here? How much 100 years? 300 years, you understand? And then what you have for the people and them. The same thing, so you have to watch out what the Bible is saying, watch the example, and then, you know, there's not how to operate. As Matthew, no, is Matthew 23? Yeah, I think Matthew 23, right? That's saying that the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. You understand? Yeah. What they say to do, which is the right thing, if they tell you to do the right thing, do that. But after they works, don't do that. You understand? Because them, you understand, say and do not. They're just hypocrisy, you understand? Don't find yourself caught up in that. Not because your mother used to do it for how much years and all that. No. Come back to your culture, you understand? The Passover is this Saturday here. Tune in, you understand, the ISUPK.com, you understand? Find all the code. The Facebook page, ISUPK Trinidad and Tobago, you understand? ISUPK wherever it is, you understand? Tune in and come back and learn your culture, learn your history, and come back to living the right way you're supposed to live. You understand? All again, thanks for the time. For the questions or the cases, feel free to call in, or the number to the school is 290-5173. Right? Send us a message on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever it is. Again, thanks again. All right, all be safe out there, and tune in again next week, please the most. All right?
Yeah, shalom.
No.
The Street. 919 FM.
Wish, it's the best. One from Sacramento, shut the bell. Wish, it's the best. One from Sacramento, shut the bell.